This section here, we have basically like a control room. So PTC control room. You can come in, and you can see all these different camera feeds from all around the booth, all coming in here, being controlled, essentially from this position here. And you can see we have different switchers from different companies here, different controllers, different companies, all coming together to create, kind of like the seamless integration. So very cool. We have our monitors. We make a series of monitors here. So high resolution, very fast response. Reference displays. So made specifically for people who are color grading and things like that at professional level. So, come on over here. It's going to get a little bit loud over here. We got the band going. But this section right here is our broadcast / house of worship live production section of the booth. So here we're showing kind of the same way with our cinema section. We showed our cameras with a bunch of third-party products to how people use them. Same thing here. Our cameras being used in the live production space, using third-party products to come together and create a full solution. So one cool thing that kind of need to check out is this lens right here. This lens is not new, but it's always a neat thing to check out. So it's the 50 to 1,000 millimeter zoom, super 35 coverage. Still kind of a unicorn lens. Still not much in its class like it at all. So you're gonna zoom in on that guitar strap there. Very, very, very popular with wildlife videography. So National Geographic, Discovery, that kind of stuff. Extremely popular because it just gives you a focal length that's unprecedented in this, for this type of lens. It looks big here, but for what it does, it's actually not that big. So
I love it.
Very cool.
Yeah. I can see why that's a popular lens.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's a very expensive lens. It's a $72,000 lens.
Right.
But it's the market for it is niche but eager. Yeah. Over here we got our Canon line of PTC cameras that are now being upgraded with a license that you can get that will do auto tracking. So if you're able to see, we don't have anybody up there, but maybe we can go back here and check it out. So you can watch the monitors up here. I'll jump up there real fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if I can get Ricardo to.
There you go. So,
ooh, I love that.
You can see, so it's auto tracking there. So independent of any control, the camera is recognizing me and following along with it. So it's very, very cool. It's been a very popular part of our booth right now. Yeah.
I always find this interesting because I've always been a Canon customer from way back in the day when my dad gave me his old 7D to start shooting. It just seems like such a difficult field to stay on the cutting edge, with all the new breakthroughs and all that. What's been the key to Canon still setting the bar and not falling behind with, new breakthroughs? It seems like every year.
I mean, it's just constant experimentation on the engineer's part. Constant combination of experimentation plus user feedback. So it's a balancing act, of course, There's also general just the research that they do of the trends in the market and, being able to forecast which technologies are going to be viable and, on top of that, which resources are required to create those technologies and things like that. I mean, it's we have everything's made in Japan, right? And so the engineering, everything is all done there. And it's and they're just they're so honed in after so many years, of creating cameras and everything like that. They have it honed in where they can look at a part of the market and be like, okay, we can kind of forecast what's trending But ideally, what you always want as a camera company is that you want to be the one that kind of sets the trend, right, or creates that technology that becomes the standard. So there's all that. That's where the experimentation comes in, and the constant, just like we're going to try things, and then we'll try it out. If it fails, then we learn from that lesson, And so,
how important is a show like this to kind of gauge what that feedback is to help push what comes next?
Extremely important. Extremely important. This is, the vast majority of feedback in certain areas and everything come from this show from NAB. We have all of the broadcasters, all the broadcasting markets from around the country and most of the world come to this show. So it's extremely valuable, and I think there's something about the face-to-face, the human interaction that comes from the meetings that we have here. Just the general, the improvisation that comes from just being in person with somebody, that really helps, get feedback for us and create, push forward into the future. Yeah.
And since I am part of a Las Vegas-based organization here, I got thrown one Vegas-based answer. And obviously there's a lot of great cities that could host a convention like this. Right. Is there something about Vegas that you think sets it apart that allows it to be a great host for a convention like this?
Sure. I think people want to come to Vegas, right? And having having a trade show here is really nice because there's so much other stuff to do here.
Right.
It's not just going to a trade show, and not having anything to do tonight. There's things to do here, and so it makes people eager to come. Who normally may not want to travel across the Pacific or travel across the Atlantic to go to a normal show someplace else.
Is there anything else you want to add right now?
I don't think so. I think I'm good. Yeah.
I appreciate it.